Hello y'all, this is Kaiserredux, a Hearts of Iron 4 mod that acts as an unofficial standalone expansion for the Kaiserreich mod. Kaiserreich is set in a world where the central powers won World War I. With that out of the way, in this video we're going to play as the quite underappreciated Santa's Workshop. Before we even start, we need to go to Custom Game Rules and scroll down here. Let me find it. I gotta go up here, close this out. Major nation buffs, don't need that. Extra KX content, so go here. Status of Christmas 1935. Let's go with the year without a Christmas. And with that done, we can now begin the game. A few days into January 1936, we get this event. The year without a Christmas. Less than a week ago, on December 25th, 1935, children all across the world awoke to what should have been a happy, wholesome day of fun, peace, love, and merrymaking. Instead, however, children all around the globe woke not to presents, not to filled socks, but to nothing. Cookies and milk that had been replaced by anger, cookies and milk that had been left out for Santa Claus went uneaten, and that holiday spirit and joy was replaced by anger and depression. This shock has not just been felt by kids, but parents as well, and many parent groups have begun to pressure the government to act and try to find out just what happened to old Saint Nick. While obviously being little more than a headache, parent groups have almost no say within the halls of power anyway. Many are wondering if we should simply give in to stop the noise. Others, ardent believers in Santa themselves, are pushing hard for us to investigate the happenings in the North Pole, fearing that something must have happened to Santa that led to Christmas being cancelled. Regardless of what we do, the world has gone its first year without a Christmas, and unless something changes, it seems that Christmas as we know it may be over forever. And so we have three choices here. Bah humbug, Santa isn't even real. This choice basically means we do nothing, send in a team to the North Pole just to be safe, so Santa's Workshop shall appear if we choose that option. And let's play as Santa's Workshop by saying, choosing a choice here that says, this is urgent, use everything at our disposal to fix this. And there we are. So now we're playing as Santa's Workshop, and they're located all the way up here at the northern part of the world in like Janmayan. I guess that's just what represents Santa's Workshop. And let's go to our national overview. We have no army currently. We are led by Mrs. Claus, the wife of Santa Claus. We have three national spirits, and they are disastrous impact over Santa's loss, the spirit of Christmas, and the Yeti problem. And besides all that, the ruling ideology is social democracy of the Santaism variety, which is its own sub-ideology in Hearts, in Kaiserredux. But anyway, it says here, one of the oldest, although perhaps unknown ideologies of the world, Santaism describes the basic philosophy and policies that surround Santa Claus and the North Pole. Calling for peace and goodwill for all mankind, Santaism aims to do this Santaism aims to do this by example, most famously being the leaving of toys and gifts in exchange for naught but milk and cookies. Politically, Santaism is nearly impossible to tie to any side of the spectrum, as by its very nature it transcends petty squabbles that plague mankind. And now in the focus tree, we got to start by erecting Santa's new workshop. The disappearance of Santa Claus has caused ripples of grief and panic throughout all of our workforce. At this rate, we won't have all the toys and goods ready for Christmas. To alleviate this, we will create a new workshop to take the elves' minds off this tragedy, hopefully raising us out of this slump. And this will give us space stability and a 100% research bonus for industry. So now let's get that done. That will take about, how long will that take? 35 days. So now we'll just have to wait for that to be completed. And then after that, we have a few more focuses. So let me read this event here. I'm going to have to pause to read this. The workshop into 1936. Santa is missing and chaos reigns all across the North Pole. What should be a time of joy and a time for cheer is now naught but ash and cinders. The elves have unionized and risen as one united front. The Elferiot, under Comrade Mariah Carey, and seek to bring epic and totalized communism to these frozen wastes. The false toy Santa and his army of giant nutcrackers under the toyist clique sit in exile, ready to seize the chance to reclaim the workshop and to bring coal to all children. That sounds, quite malicious. I don't know. Anyway, going on. The various reindeer, snowmen, both hated and abominable, another beast of this frozen land are running amok and feral, and the Grinch sits high on his mountaintop, looking down upon the chaos with hungry and greedy eyes. The last grouping of Santa loyalists are rallied around the crumbling authority of Mrs. Claus, and unless Santa is found soon, all will be lost. Merry Christmas to all? ? So now we just had to wait for this focus to be done, and we have a few focuses to go through overall. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then we have different branches of the focus tree we can unlock depending on what choices we make in the events as they pop up. So now we must wait for erecting Santa's new workshop to get done, and let's just pay attention to what's going on in the world. Looking over here, we have, I don't know, we're just waiting for things to happen. Afghanistan's going to fight the Dominion of Delhi at some point. A totalist charter is a thing that's been announced. Alright then, and erecting Santa's new workshop has like 20 more days. Lovely. Edward VIII is crowned as King of Great Britain. Alright then, and that is that. So, erecting Santa's new workshop, that will be done shortly. I'm just waiting for it to get done. 35 days. It's not too long at the very least. Just got to give it some time. And we just got to get there. So, yeah, that's just going to be a moment's longer. And that would be good. Just waiting. Watching the world spin. Come on, hurry up. 10 days. 10 more days I gotta wait for this to be done. 10 days. And now Afghanistan. Afghanistan's not gonna fight the Dominion of Delhi. The 4th Anglo-Afghan War is gonna start. And that is that. So erecting Santa's new workshop. Nearly there. 5 more days. Black Monday has occurred. That shouldn't affect us since we're like in the North Pole. I imagine Santa's workshop is economically pretty cut off from the rest of the world, but at the same time, I wonder where I get all those resources for those toys. Anyway, erecting Santa's new workshop is done. Let us now complete the focus. We'll start doing the focus. We'll commission the new Polar Express. It says here, the Polar Express was unable to be brought with us to the new workshop, unfortunately. A pivotal piece of infrastructure for the elves to traverse the North Pole for work and leisure. It is imperative that we rebuild the expressway. And the League of 8 Provinces is going to fight the left Kuomintang. So this will take, say, it's going to give us a national spirit that will provide us with less supply consumption and more faster railway construction speed. And we'll get some infrastructure in Janmayan, which is basically our country represented on the world map. So that will take, like the previous focus before, that will take 35 days. It's already been 15 days, so it shouldn't be too much longer. And we're just watching the fight go on here in China and Afghanistan and India. The death of Pius XI, that's the Pope, and he's died. So Afghanistan is pushing, but they're fighting the entire Entente. So they can only get so far, honestly. And I'm just waiting here. Commission a new Polar Express. Get it over with. Yes, please. And so Afghanistan, are they going to break through anywhere? Restoration of democracy in Australasia. The Australasian Union is like it's a country that's in the faction with the Entente. And so the Dominion of Delhi, they are holding out a little bit. Marshal Baton declares martial law in Algiers. So the French national state is up to something there. They're part of the Entente. And I think the Jacobins were elected in the Commune of France. So that is something that occurred. Or no, maybe, I don't know. Perhaps commission the new Polar Express is done. Let us now start doing the focus. Calling the Bailey Brothers Build and Loan. So it says here, the Bailey Brothers Build and Loan Company have assisted Santa in the North Pole numerous times when we lacked the capital and resources necessary to undermine large projects. It seems in this time of emergency we require their assistance again. And once this focus is done, we'll get 1 civilian factory and 100% research bonus for construction technology. And that focus, like the ones before, will take 35 days. And then after that, we have like Practical Nutcrackers, the Fraternal Order of Real Bearded Santas, and a Miracle on 34th Street. And so we're just now having to stand by for that focus to be over with. Let's go back to Afghanistan. I think they just had a peace treaty worked out, maybe, because it didn't win in a certain amount of time. Perhaps. Not sure, though. And how is things going in eastern China? The forces of the left Kuomintang are fighting the Nanjing clique, and so, well, yeah, the Nanjing clique is having to fight off Anqing, as well as the left Kuomintang to their south. So that's very fun for them, it looks like. So now, calling the Bailey Brothers building a loan is going to be done soon. I feel like this is a reference to something, but I'm not sure if it is or not. Maybe it's like a reference to an old Christmas holiday film. I could be wrong. Some of these focuses are like references to like real things and stuff related to Christmas in general. Just Christmas-related media. Republicans win Greek referendum. Practical nutcrackers. This will take 35 days to complete. And it says here, George Oswald Mosley is elected chairman of TUC, the First International Congress. But it says here, unfortunately, we were not able to bring all of the North Pole's industrial might to the new workshop. Large amounts of heavy machinery were unable to be transported, but we were able to bring all of our nutcrackers. Yet all we use these machines for is nutcracking, when they had the potential to be used in a wide array of operations. Why not innovate a little? And so nutcracking solutions, this gives us a national spirit and also a research bonus for electronics. Oh, what am I doing? I don't even have any technology going. Okay. Basic machine tools. I forgot about that for some reason. Now also get the NSP, wins the Russian election. Alright, construction 1, get all that. I forgot I had technology for some reason. Support weapons 1, just do it. Actually, no, go for something else. Go for electronic mechanical engineering, just to get it over with. And that'll be done. So practical nutcrackers will be completed in about 13 days. So give that a little bit more time. Just having to wait there. Malta secures independence. Good for them, I reckon. So nutcracking solutions is the national spirit we will get there. I guess after this one, we'll probably do the Fraternal Order of Real Bearded Santas. And I'll read the focus description for that shortly. Just waiting for this to get done. Come on, come on, come on. Get there. There we go. The Practical Nutcrackers focus is done. And the Fraternal Order of the Real Bearded Santas is going to be begun next. The Fraternal Order of Real Bearded Santas, or Forbes, is a cult of personality surrounding our man in red. These Santa lookalikes number in the thousands, pretending to be Santa to preach the Christmas spirit. We shall reach out to the main ringleaders of this order to make them aware of Santa's disappearance. They may prove a valuable resource for their connections around the globe. And so from this we'll get some political power, as well as some base war support and some base stability. This focus will be done in about 20 days, so that's lovely. And can I start recruiting any divisions? I might as well attempt it. I don't even think I can get any divisions made. I have no manpower. That is the ultimate problem for Santa's workshop. We have no manpower. Yeah. So we have our 5 manpower overall, and they're all in training. I think we get 1 manpower every month. It seems, yeah. So monthly growth is just 1 per state. And that is, we can't even make a division. Malta has joined the Entente. Okay then. That is that. Now, let's do the focus concentrated industry 1. Get all that done, please. Coup d'etat in Siam. Interesting. Fraternal Order of the Bearded Santas will be done soon. Yes, so now we'll do the Miracle on 34th Street. In the what is that? The French National State is going to fight the Commune of France in 1936. The Entente wants to fight them now. Let's go from civilian economy to early mobilization. Get that done. And the Miracle on 34th Street will be done shortly. I gotta read this though. This will give us a military factory and 1 infrastructure and some base stability. But anyway, it says here, the 34th Street of our new Christmas town has seen struggle. Many of those who live here have lost their jobs in the chaos in the wake of Santa's disappearance. We shall open the toy factories there, giving jobs to those who need it most. And this will give us base stability and some political power alongside the previously listed military factory. Do I even have any military factories? No, I do not. I mean, we could convert some of those toy factories to making arms and weapons and such. That could be useful to us if we do such a thing. We can do that at all. So the Miracle on 34th Street is done. Oh, we have the government. Who's my government? So we have... Let me see here. For the Santa's Workshop government, we have, let me see, Mrs. Claus as the head of government. We have Hermie as a person of influence. Then we have the head elf as a person of influence. Then we have... Oh, wait, no. Let me look at this. So Hermie is the foreign minister. We have the head elf as the economy minister. And Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer is the minister of the interior in Santa's Workshop's government currently. So, I mean, I hope he does a good job. And there's a coup d'etat there in Siam, I think. And now tourist finances, complete that. That will take 35 days. For the first time ever, we are in a location that is easily accessible by normal people. While many within our ranks call this a disaster, the new guard called this an opportunity. We can tap into the tourism market by allowing people to tour the new Santa's workshop. All we have to do is hide the magic, and from this we'll get a national spear called North Pole Tourism, which will grant us a national... Well, the national spear will cause us to use less factories on consumer goods, and Indochina declares independence. Okay. Can I get at least one division? I don't know if that's even possible for us. We're not ever going to have an army, aren't we? I don't see it happening. I really don't see it happening at all. It's impossible. It is impossible. Yeah. So that is going to be fun. And I think what I'm going to do is transform this. This is going to be a playthrough. I'm going to make a part 2 for Santa's workshop, and then we'll continue on in our search for Santa and see how that works out ultimately. And I think with that said, I'm going to end this video here, part 1 of my Santa's Workshop playthrough in the Hearts of Iron 4 mod Kaiserredux. If you enjoyed the mod, you can check it out in the video description. The link to it is there. If you enjoyed the video itself, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe.